indicating the PSG, our product selection guide.
Display the power consumption now, like today's power.
My suggestion here, it would be much better to choose a mature IoT platform than starting from scratch.
It could suit most type of the tanks with hood or without hood.
And this, I heard from the manufacturer that through years of improvement.
One here is using the PIR. It also will receive instant.
Participate in the test. So, everything okay here? Can you hear me? For sure? All right, so hi everyone, this is Samantha from Tuya International Operating Department, and welcome to our 15th webinar on how to quickly implement an integrated software and hardware solution. I'm very excited to invite our industry expert, Dolores, again here.
Hello, this is Dolores. I'm very glad to be here sharing my observation and thoughts with all of you.
Well, you can always book an online meeting with Dolores. And instead of asking you to introduce Tuya, what would you emphasize to our audience today?
Okay, I want to share that Tuya Smart is a global IoT development platform to bridge brands, OEMs, developers, and retailers. So based on our global public cloud, Tuya connects different smart scenarios and devices by providing hardware development tools, public cloud service, and offering a smart business development platform. Today is our 5th live event of PSG webinar. Can you please do a short introduction, Samantha?
Yeah, I've done this the 15 times. Well, PSG is a set of live webinars, and we bring together over 300 IoT experts from all different business aspects to provide unique insights and their potential when it comes to build your business.
That's right. And so far, Tuya has more than 8,400 brand customers around the world. So you can see a lot of well-known brands in North America and Asia and Europe, such as Orange and Lidl and OneNet, something like this.
Yeah, we are trying to find the correct slide.
You're right.
So we want to collect the first questionnaire from you guys and what you think. Are you planning on smartening your brand? And are we pulling out the questionnaire? I don't see it on my Zoom yet. I see there are 16 audience already. Yeah, all right. So there's some, well, all right. So only one person answered and said not yet. And about another one said yes. So we are going to wait a little bit and see how many people are thinking about smartening your brand. And moving on to the next part, and before we start, here are the rules during the webinar. For the best experience for everyone, you will be automatically muted and have cameras turned off throughout today's webinar. It will be such a pity I can't see your pretty faces or someone's. However, you'll still be able to ask questions in the chat box along the way. And we have a team of experts standby to respond to any questions in time. And other than talking to Dolores, I was also checking on our system back over there, and we have a bunch sitting behind the scene. So, well, you are assured in good hands. So, agenda, right? The introduction part. And what is your understanding of IoT? I'd like to know this before we moving on to the IoT cloud development, which is a very big concept. So, are we pulling out the second questionnaire here yet? All right. I see this icon. Okay, so the second part will be introducing IoT cloud development and related, and this is gonna cover 4 sections. The first one, market trend analysis, and second, strategies and tactics, and third, pain points and why, and fourth, successful cases and display. And if you survive with us along the way till the third part, it's gonna be how to empower your IoT business. And we are going to help you with the first, product sourcing, and second, device activation, data tracking, and third, branded app, easily build e-commerce services. And if you do have questions until the very last minute of our webinar, we still have the FAQ section by the end. Yeah. So without further ado, let's just start today's section.
Okay.
And still market trend. You can leave your email address if you want to. I don't see the slides on the Zoom yet. I don't. I don't see the slides on the Zoom yet. 知名. Well, for sure. All right, thank you. So if you do want to have a request list slide and leave your email address, and the very first part, industry trend and platform solutions.
Okay, so talking about the IoT industry, it is as a fusion of multiple technologies and can empower industrial complexity in various industries at the same time. The overall market potential exceeds $1 trillion. And by 2025, the number of global IoT devices will reach more than 41.6 billion pieces.
Well, that's a lot of pieces, I mean
Right.
devices. And we all live in the era of Internet of Things, enjoying intelligent life and convenient services it provides. Well, for example, smart life products, and that we can perceive at very close range, share the basic system, etc.
You're right. And in the future, IoT will continue to exert its value in industries such as the Internet of Vehicles. So what we are going to discuss today is how can enterprise enter the IoT industry in a low-cost and easy-to-access way.
Well, I see on the next slide, the picture over here just explain itself. And normally we simplify the IoT system into the core three ends of first cloud and devices and application side.
You are right. So we are familiar with intelligent hardware products, let's say mostly smart home devices. So followed by the app or SaaS we often use. That is still the application side to be interact with the hardware. But in fact, in the part that we cannot often perceive, that is the IoT cloud. The cloud platform dominates the interconnection of the entire IoT system, and the IoT cloud is the core hub of the system.
I was thinking about having another question there. Which one do you think is the most important factor? And actually, it just popped out, and I see a lot of people saying that. Well, most of the people over here are saying all the above three elements are very important, and I agree with you, especially cloud today. So if you want to check out more device clips, there is a YouTube channel you can always follow, the Tuya B2B channel. So. Even though I don't really understand cloud that well as experts, but overall the IoT seems quite easy in our company, right?
That's a good question, Samantha. Based on the three, you can see on our presentation, based on the three terminal composition system of the IoT, we can easily deduce the two major problems that enterprise developers usually face in the IoT development process. The first one is how to connect the device to the cloud and make it to become an IoT device, which is maybe make it to be controlled remotely, right? And the second one is how to develop corresponding software or application to meet the business needs based on IoT device connected to the cloud and the various cloud services.
Well, for sure. And I see the questionnaire 4 just pop up and I leave in the group chat and saying it's too soon to ask you guys about this. But I guess a good IoT platform can help enterprises, developers quickly complete the development of the above two links, right?
Exactly. And firstly, enable hardware developers to focus on the design of the hardware itself without considering the interaction of the platform. And secondly, it can enable the software developers to focus on the application itself and to meet the business needs of the application itself without considering the limitation of the choices of smart devices.
I was kind of struggling in my hand, and there is barely a very clear cut on other platform that aside of the hardware problems with the software problems.
Right.
So if I'm one of one team, and I wouldn't be worried about too much, that's a good thing. So the questionnaire was collecting what are you more concerned about, and I see most of you guys are concerned about the second part about enable software developers to focus on how to meet the business need. Well, so I know you are more of a cloud side. So what we are mainly introduced today is how to develop applications based on existing IoT devices. As such is closely related to business. And if well, we do have 22 audience online right now. So if you are more interested in the hardware side, you can visit our Tuya annual expo exhibition online, which is TIE, and our assistant gonna send the links in the group chat, and you're gonna see a lot of trending products and our featured selected manufacturers as well. And we're gonna connect you directly with the sources. So moving on, that's two very familiar names.
Yes, so in order to solve the above two major development problems, the mainstream market participants have uniformly chosen low-cost capability exposure methods such as public cloud.
Well, for sure, and it can be seen that AWS and Azure, for example, provide device-side access solutions and cloud-based open solutions to meet the business development needs of enterprise developers. And here comes the questionnaire fifth. What clouds are you working now? Thank you, just in time. So the questionnaire is more about, are you working with the public cloud, or you are working with the private one, or you are already with AWS, but you are thinking about building your own private cloud, which is very sensitive to the brand devices recently. So, all right, I see 5.
Open platform solution based on IoT 3 terminals, which is the IoT PaaS system.
Well, 3 terminals, and I didn't set up anything regarding this. So what is your previous understanding of Tuya? And if this is the very first time that you get to know, just let us know. Well, okay, so whoever answered the second one, that's a really good guess. I heard from many seminars, Tuya IoT PaaS provides in-depth solution at the firmware level of hardware side, free and flexible development solutions such as SDK on the app side, and on the core cloud, we provide open API interfaces covering various IoT business scenarios. And we do have an audience right there behind the scene just nodding her head. That's very catching. Oh, well, that catch my eyes all the time.
Yes, you are right, you get it. So for hardware product developers, Tuya provides the development method of Tuya OS and the one-stop development tool, Tuya Cloud, which is convenient for developers to quickly develop products. And for mobile developers, Tuya also provides the development method of App SDK and panel outfit, so which can help developers quickly create its own app and device control panels for the IoT field. And for the cloud developers, Tuya provides IoT core developing methods, also provide rich and flexible industry components and APIs, supporting the low-code SaaS development framework, which can help them develop personalized display based on the standardized IoT platform and SaaS level solutions.
Well, that's what I think about the SaaS. So SaaS is like a service, and we provide universal, and it's on a standard platform. And if I'm a developer, I definitely want to make something very specified. And if I'm writing something, I want it to be unique in the worldwide. So personalized is quite important for the standard as well.
Yes, you're right. In different industry, it have different demands for the SaaS management platform.
And I think you're going to cover that in the industry introduction as well.
Yeah, of course we can. So through this architecture, which you see on our presentation, we can clearly see the full stack capability solution provided by Tuya IoT PaaS, from the device to cloud and to the application, and finally to the data side. So which allows enterprise developers to quickly penetrate into various IoT industries based on Tuya Open's capability.
Well, next, let's enter our core content today, which is Tuya's IoT cloud open capabilities.
Finally.
Well, so on this page, it shows that Tuya solution adaptability and business maturity. That is obvious to all, right?
Yes. So after 9 years, actually, in the depth
5 instead of 9.
9, right? 9 years in depth accumulation, Tuya has become the world's #1 IoT PaaS provider in terms of the shipments and has more than 645,000 software and hardware developers, and also has been successfully applied in more than 200 countries and regions.
Well, that's 647,000. That's a big number. And whenever it reach 1 million, it's gonna be very easy for you to read on the slide.
Yeah.
So with all the information given above, I'm curious about how you're gonna introduce our platform today. And let's move on to the next part, introduction of Tuya IoT Cloud Development Platform.
Okay, I already felt excited about this part.
Are you? I
So-
can't tell.
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, the enterprise developers obtain the ability of Tuya Cloud to drive AIoT business operations by using the API interface provided by Tuya IoT Cloud Platform, right? So these capabilities include the cloud service, device connection, device control, data processing and transmission, and AI's act. We have many actually. So those cloud devices carry Tuya's hundreds of millions of device access capabilities. The processing capabilities of nearly more than 100 billion device requests per day. You can imagine this number, right? This faster processing speed and the average daily gigabytes of data processing capabilities.
Well, I think they are, for some reason, discussing something behind.
Everything is fine, I
Is
think.
everything going? Well, I see from the chat that the capability of the Tuya IoT Cloud Platform cover general IoT services such as basic IoT core connections, data services, video services, and artificial intelligence, as well as industry API services with industry characteristics. And when we were chatting about these slides before, and we wanted to put some colors on the items that we want to emphasize today.
Yeah. Yes, so it can be used and development in in the whole smart home and the various industry scenery. So you can say in this presentation, the entire cloud platform can provide enterprise developers with more than 19 APIs services to meet the needs of various scenarios and save at least 50% of development costs. 50%.
Well, 50%.
I want
That's
to
a lot
emphasize,
of,
yeah.
Well, yeah. If we're devoting like $1 million, or let's say $1 trillion, and 50%, that's half of the cost.
Right.
And we just wanted to be, accurate with the numbers that stated on our annual report. However, I heard that we have over 100 capabilities right now that can support API. And in the group chat, and which part of this listed cells that you want to know more. And here comes our questionnaire seventh, what other API services do you need? And here right now, 4 out of 8 cite the industry services.
Okay.
And just stay with us for a little bit longer, and we are going to introduce the industry side. So
definitely.
stay tuned, and we are having more audiences coming in. Moving on to the next slide is the IoT core service. Since I'm from the operating department, and we see many requests regarding the core, and let's say this is another way of sending capabilities into small units. Is it?
You are right. Actually, I didn't, you looks that didn't come from the operation department. You looks like an expert as well because you know some detailed information. Actually, the main services are device related for the IoT core. It includes the device registration, the management, the data query, and the main capability interface for control. So we can use the IoT core services in 2 ways. The message, one way is the message subscription, and another way is the API call. So we can see more details in next page.
Yes, and we definitely need to dive in depth, because the message subscription is not only about messaging; it's more about the data analysis as well.
Yeah, right.
So this structure, this is so well built. So even though I don't know what exactly is behind each of this content. That's the very short words. But what I know is that we definitely assured in good care from Tuya IoT platform.
Yes, so firstly, I want to emphasize that the IoT core which we highlighted In the presentation, the IoT Core connection service is the cornerstone of all API integration. So as you can see in the presentation, the IoT Core connection service provides the capability to connection the devices to the Tuya ecosystem, and also it allows enterprise developers to manage a large number of devices connected to the Tuya ecosystem. And based on device data reporting and cloud command control, it helps developers quickly build IoT scene applications. So I can say that it is a must-have service for application development by enterprise developers.
Well, it's such a big selling point to me. But in the group chat, what do you want this all packed up core function? I see Daimais in the group chat ask, we are interested in acquiring your products, so do ship to chill. And you need to be a little bit more specific with what are you interested in, because on our platform we have over 500,000 different SKUs. That means we support almost all the day-to-day devices up to the industry ones. So when you are just saying the products, I'm not so sure which one are you looking at. So what we'd like to know, the first, are you for business side or for personal side?
Right.
And secondly, what's your category that you are looking at? And third, are you testing out the products, or you already found the ones that you like and you want it to be certificated and ship over to Chill? So just let us know more in detail, or you can talk directly to our assistant behind, or you can welcome to leave your WhatsApp number. And we are going to catch up with you later on. So I hope that answered your question, and I hope you are still staying online. So we are moving on to the next slide, which is another very rich content slide.
Yes, so in addition to the providing the core capability, which is the IoT Core, and the cloud development platform also provides two basic cloud docking solutions for different customer demand scenarios. One is the smart home, and another one is industry scenario, which we see the custom development on the presentation. So the two cloud docking solutions are different in terms of device access and management methods. So for smart home solution, it is suitable for enterprise developers who choose a whole house intelligent racetrack and have a say and home users customer base. So with the smart home solution, it can support and also can conduct C and business management and data analysis. While for customer development, it is suitable for industry solution. So, for example, if it is various steps for IoT SaaS can be customized to meet business needs, such as maybe smart apartments or allergy conservation management, something like this.
So what we are saying is like, even though most people know about IoT as smart home capability, but we can actually make it more than just smart home.
You're
So
right.
combine multiple smart home into apartment building, and combine, let's say, apartment buildings and rooms into the hospitality, smart buildings, and smart buildings to smart communities. So we are turning the industry and day-to-day life into the IoT. And IoT is just an Internet of Things. So we're just looking at things that it's electrical and can be connected. So that's a very easy concept. Well, generally speaking, if you have already know Tuya series, the whole house smart application, let's say the OEM app, SDK, WeChat, which is our one of the very big app, etc. And the customer end users using these apps for equipment, network configuration, management and control, etc. Then choose the whole house smart solution on the left In other cases, a more flexible custom developed solution is recommended. So what we are trying to tell you on this form is that we do have a well-built platform that can support not only the easy and fast business, but also the complicated one that takes years. And we have many successful cases that we can show you later on that we have already walked our customer alongside. And this content can be found on our developer platform, and our assistant gonna send this URL in the group chat. So I see. Okay, so I see Daman's and again in the group chat, and he asked how to charge the IoT core service. That's a very big concept, and we are not talking about the cost right now because we have to evaluate which part of your business is right now at the stage, and if you are ready to move on to the IoT core services, or we have to do some very fundamental build to your platform.
Yeah.
So I see that you have great interest with our section today. So why don't you just leave your email address, WhatsApp number, and we're gonna chat with you later on in details, and maybe we can conduct an online meeting and talk more.
I'd like to have another video call with this client in our Zoom. After the webinar,
Okay.
Because I see the strong interest from him or her, I'm not sure, but I would like to have a video call with you if you have time.
So Epic, and he asked, can we create a Tuya OEM app and have it stored on a private cloud? And by saying private cloud, are you saying working with Tuya? And if you are working with Tuya, for sure, and if you already have your own brand and build your cloud somewhere else, and we can definitely make that work. And still, we need to know a lot more details from your projects, and then we can make suggestions instead of just telling you what to do right now.
Yeah.
So save some time and let's move on to the next one.
Okay, so the next one we are talking about our target customers. In the presentation, we just divide our target customer into two types. One is the brand owners, another one is the ISV. Actually, what we can do for brand owners. So if you are a brand owner, you can manage the data of your branded devices. You can see the real activated device quantity in each city. So for example, you can say how many devices of your own brand have been activated in New York today or this year, or even in Berlin or in Beijing, right? So this kind of information, this kind of data can make you have a better and a real understanding of your selling and your stock. So this will also give you some suggestions for your distribution strategy. And on another side, you also can analyze your app users into different categories or into different groups. For example, you can make them by different groups, like the different countries. So maybe in the Chinese Mid-Autumn Festival, you can make a marketing campaign for all the Chinese customers with the mooncake. However, for the Christmas, you can make another, I don't know, maybe turkey or Christmas Eve, something like this for the US customers.
Like apple pie.
Yeah, like apple pie. So you can make a real data, and even you can make a real data display. So each time when you enter in your office, so you will say every minute how many of your branded the devices have been activated globally.
Well, yeah, all the Amazon sellers would like to know that, and they would like to sell like hundreds of thousands of devices, and then that number actually tells what's the route and the preference. But before that, if you do have that need, we have a dashboard and related development platform to support your needs. But that is quite important for the further growth. So, As for the S, we had rather say develop multiple projects in parallel and leverage the API-based development to reduce the time to market of software and focus on the system R&D and benefit from Tuya's diversified product ecosystem without taking care of product connectivity, but bring forward software and hardware solutions. It's compatible with existing devices and thus easily secure a wide array of IoT projects. And by saying this, we didn't include this in the rehearsal part, is that Matter is actually quite popular nowadays. It combines the Amazon, Apple, and Google devices. So Tuya is among the top 1 or top 2 joining the Matter protocol.
Okay.
And you can always leave a message and requesting about that, which is quite popular and hot. And I see the questionnaire already pop out, and what's your urgent need? And I see most people said the all the above. And we have someone leave. Well, that's Atinon, El Shentango. And you left your email address and WhatsApp number in the group chat. Well, we'd like to know more about your business more because it's ending up with the G
As they
security.
booked one meeting with me. Okay, I got that.
All right.
After the webinar, I will check.
Next page. All right.
Okay.
So we are moving on to this one. Well set up, right?
Yes. Okay. So this page is very easy. Is to emphasize what's the advantages of Tuya IoT Cloud compared with others. Firstly, I think when it comes with the cloud, the security must come the first. So for the secure part, Tuya has done many things. So right now, we are totally strictly abide by the GDPR, which is one of the must-have policy if you want to do business in Europe, right? And CCPA and CSPEC, and except all of those, all the Tuya, the data collecting, data processing, and the data storage. The 3 parts are all made special technology to make all those information 100% safe by the safety part. This is the first one I want to emphasize. And for the others, the second one is about the speed. It is very fast. And I don't want to emphasize too much on this part because, as we mentioned at the beginning, in Tuya ecosystems, we have hundreds of millions of smart devices. So with this, we can make you choose the product be very easy and fast. And we also have a very standard IoT platform to help you to build your own apps or your own software. So it will be fast compared with you do this by yourself. And also the comprehensive and agile part, I think it's very easy to understand. Right now, Tuya supports almost all the communication protocols, including the most popular one, Bluetooth, the Wi-Fi, the Zigbee, and for the outdoor protocols like the 4G, something like this. So with the open source SaaS development framework, Tuya can provide open source local development solution to our clients, to help them to do their own IoT business.
Well, you spend a lot of time emphasizing the outline of those 4 core sections, but I see from the feedback of the audience today, they are quite interested in us, and they've already convinced themselves to start with Tuya. And I also see one of the message here, and he wanted our help in building up his brand, and he wanted to know all the details as soon as possible. I like your enthusiasm about doing the business. And moving on to the next one. It's going to be the next section, typical application scenarios for IoT cloud development, which is quite exciting because for all the capabilities that we mentioned above, and you don't know a vivid display or like an example what we are capable of doing and beyond. So not only showing the cases today, and we can do a lot of a lot more things.
Okay, so the first one I want to share is the environmental monitoring solution, actually, based on Tuya's powerful hardware, ecological access, and cloud capabilities. It helps to detect indoor air quality, water quality environment, the light environmental, healthy, and other indicators. And at the same time connects the house equipment to add humanistic care and temperature to real estate the entire house technology. So detect the content of harmful substances in the space and link air purifier and other equipment to trigger automatically things to adjust the indoor air environment, such as the monitoring the drinking water quality and display key parameters such as the household water quality TDS, the water temperature, the water purifier filter elements, something like this.
Well, I think you're spending a lot of time trying to tell our customer today, well, our audience today, that what we are capable of. But in general, that everything in the house that can be smart controlled, we cover that capability.
Right.
So from your kitchen to your bedroom, from your living room to the garage, and anything that you can think of that we are capable of. And talking about that, it's quite a very popular concept, and it's growing hotter and hotter in the European countries as well, especially in the European countries, is the energy management system. So what we call is the EMS. And when you are, let's say, for your smart home, that you are individual owning the smart home, you don't know exactly which kind of devices or what category that are consuming the electricity bills. But with with our very fundamental platform, you can read the numbers behind the screen and know which one is spending more than you expected. That's for individual families. And the next one is about renting a lot of apartment, and you want to know the core consumption of what's going on here and over there, not only electricity but water and other utilities as well. So in another word, we are able to do from the C side, the customer side, to business side, and from small volume, let's say smart home, to apartment buildings, and to smart buildings, and maybe to smart communities, and perceive other things that I wanted to mention today here is the indoor light intensity. They automatically activate the eye production mode. So we do have a commercial lighting, and we have some other day-to-day LED lighting things in our previous series of the PSG webinar. So very close the curtains to white sun exposure when you are relaxing in the living room. So all those things, capabilities are included in this. And moving on to the next one, we're giving you more scenery things.
Right. So in last page, we just shared or make some example of what we can do for the environmental solution. Now we are sharing in what kind of situation or in what kind of application scenarios those environmental solution can be made. So as we saw on the presentation, definitely for the residential environment with we can do the health monitoring system with the smart devices, like we already mentioned, some sensors like the CO2 sensors, the humidity sensors, even the fire alarm sensors, something like this, to make all the residential environment to be more smart, more healthy, and more safer. In the another part, so we are. By all those are by quickly integrating the environmental health cloud products into the community environmental management. It can focus on the household healthy all the time. So with the help of the central control panels, the monitoring the home environment in real time, and also take care of the owner's living conditions all around the all the day, I want to say.
Well, that's for sure that we support that. And other than the script that we previously written on the screen, I just want to get rid of the script and say, remember two things. First of all, Professor expert Yan, who ran the smart hospitality and smart building for the past 2 webinars. He spent a lot of time in introducing what are the hardwares and softwares that support it in the scene as well, like the residential one, hotel, apartment, and school and office. So here, right now, we are demonstrating the things that you think like we don't have that vivid examples, but actually we do. And in Spain, we are working with the the school, and they do have, if I remember correctly, they do have over 7,000 school apartments or something similar. That's a huge place, and we Yan just went over there and worked with people locally and set up this successful case. And another thing is you mentioned about the smart control panel, which is our Tuya
core product, I think.
Yes, and that is a Tuya solution. And if you are interested in that, and you can check on the previous one that I worked with Frank. And if you want to know more about a smart panel, you can leave in the slides. Well, you leave in the group chat, because Frank is open up to talks as well. Let's say the 300 IoT expert behind this.
Okay, so except the residential and hotel and the apartments, for the school and office environment, I also have have many want to share, because personally I am a mother of a small daughter. So right now, in China, the young the young people, the young children,
The young generation.
the young generation, they have a big percentage for wear the glasses. Right. So in the school, we have actually in China we already done many school projects which they use our smart solution with, of course, with our APIs, with our smart products to improve the lighting situation. So the students, when they study in the classroom, they don't have to bear the harmless from the lighting. And I think this is very, very important for the children. And another case I want to share, this is one of my own clients as well. They have done the API IoT Core API cooperation with Tuya, and his R&D team is in Beijing, but his business is in US. He is doing the 留学生, how to say 留学生?
Expats.
Expat, 留学生.
Like foreign exchange students.
Right, that he is doing the apartments for foreign exchange students in US, and the apartments number is around 7,000 pieces, 7,000 piece rooms, and they cooperating with the smart lock and the APS. So just with the two things, they make the apartment by renting, and more the operation, the operation process and efficiency has been improved, and also the cost is also being saved, because they don't need to hire many employees to give the key to the renters. They just give them the password by mobile phone. This
Or
is
the fingerprint.
yes,
Yeah.
this is very easy.
Well, I didn't know you have so much to share today. Well, and we really need to get rid of that, because that's
稍等一下。
showing. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Sarah is helping me.
And let's move on to the next slide, the energy management solution, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yes. So now we are going to talk about the benefits of the energy management solution. So firstly, it enables you get to know the energy consumption data of different types of buildings and facilities in various regions. So you can have a clear idea. This TV spent how many how many energy?
Consume how much electricity?
Yeah, how it use, and how much money it spent every day, right? So
Yeah.
you can have actual data on all of your smart devices. And this is the first part. And also, it can combine the basic energy consumption data, convert the real-time data into energy monitoring and evaluation metrics. and compare them with the historical energy consumption metrics, then you know why this month we have higher consumption compared with last month. So in this way, optimize the energy saving strategies and regulate electricity safety, automatically trigger alerts of any possible exceptions, and thus fulfill the philosophy of green building.
Wow, that's good to know. And this picture over here is quite enjoyable because, well, I was listening
green.
to, yeah. So the next, moving on to the next one. So gain an insight into the overall energy consumption trend, combine the energy uses and behaviors, like Dolores just introduced, and convert real-time data into the energy monitoring and evaluation metrics, and compare them with historical energy consumption metrics. This way, optimize the energy saving behaviors continuously, and this we are definitely capable of, and we support a lot of customers doing that. And I found us like emphasizing, repeating over and over again of this concept.
Yes, so specify the power of triggering alerts and the powering of devices in apartments, and set the alert threshold depending on the areas and purposes. So in case the thresholds are reached, managers get notified to keep the apartments secure. So this means we can know some dangerous or accidents before it happens. And another, we can put a cap on the power consumption, and remaining quota alert of the specified space, and adapt to the scenarios of prepaid electricity metering for apartments. Meanwhile, we can combine the electrical optimization strategies to cut down household electricity costs.
Well, if this is not a cloud development section, I would sell our hardware devices. However, today I'm sending this expo again because the Tuya TIE, the annual online IoT Expo, is hosting on March, and from March 3rd to March 31st. And you can now just go to tuya.expo.com and check out all the categories and the main activities over there. And moving on to the next one, successful stories.
Yes,
You survive here.
Okay, this comes to our first customer case. It's from our client, AnyOneNet. Actually, AnyOneNet is one of our career IoT brand. And why he is looking for the cooperation from Tuya? Because he is suffering to cooperate with different factories. You know, they want to find suppliers for smart devices. However, each device have different applications, and they want them to be used in one application. So they come to Tuya because we have so
That's
big
a smart choice.
Yeah, yes. So the AnyOneNet, we provided the Tuya IoT development platform API, and controls the hardware devices in the powered by Tuya ecosystem under the authorization of the users, completes the monitoring and the linkage compilation of device data, and also makes thin applications such as phone monitoring with alarm and sleep monitoring which comes a reality.
Well, we can make your dream into reality, and we always say that with the let's say Kickstarter, but we are not. We are Tuya Smart. So based on these services, AnyOneNet can quickly implement these smart programs in the healthcare industry, and with Power by Tuya, you can do that too. So just leave your information, let's say the product information, detailed description, and your email address, or maybe your WhatsApp number, so it's easier for us to follow up after this webinar today.
Yes, so this is our second case for our client, also from South Korea. It's Go Cool. Actually, we have more than many clients than we should.
I know, 8,400. I remember that number.
Yes, so this client, by calling Tuya's open cloud APIs, he did his own application, which is called Heja Home. And this Heja Home is connected with most popular speakers directly with the help of Tuya, such as the KT Jia Never, all of them are the popular brand in South Korea. So with the combination of Tuya, he did the indirect cooperation with other famous brands.
That's totally cool. So if we're not sitting here with the Tuya PSG logo in front of us, I would think like we are doing the Amazon brand selling over here and mentioning a lot of other brands and telling you that they are capable of selling those things. And we even have the case showing there. And look at all these devices. We are all capable of making your brand well smart with hardwares like this. And another time I'm sampling the TIE annual thing online, and our system, please send the TIE link in the group chat. And if you're interested, you can leave a message over there.
Yes. Because maybe some audience are not so familiar with Korean market, I want to make a 比喻. Anyway, I want to make an example. The speaker I just mentioned is like Amazon's Alexa or Google's Assistant. They are similar. So that is how it works.
So you are saying this brand central control is like Matter. And actually, we are the bigger side of the Matter protocols.
Right, you're right.
Early.
Yes.
So our last case over here, right?
Yeah. So this client is called Akura. Is a Japanese client. You know, Japanese clients is very strict on the cooperation and on the suppliers selection. And why they find Tuya for the cooperation? Because they are suffering about their heating and the slowing system. Right now, and after they cooperated with Tuya through the Tuya's cloud developing platform, Akura can call the open API of temperature controller and AI intelligent camera to connect with the original floor heating system with its own original heating system to realize scene linkage and automatically heating as well as other functions. So as you can see, except the secure capability and multi-device connecting capability provided by Tuya IoT core service, it also can support client to fulfill its SaaS management method. I mean, SaaS management demand.
It's totally fine. So with the hotel, hospitality, let's say smart buildings, if you have other questions, and we can connect you with Yan, who's the expert in this industry, especially overseas. So we are wrapping up the contents over here and making the IoT business really easy, even though you don't understand that concept that well. But with Tuya, we just make it effortless. I hear myself just selling our platform over here. So moving on to the next slide. We do have a lot of Fortune 500 customers working with us, and we're just showing 3 over here. Orange, Schneider, and I don't want to mention too much. So the questionnaire, the very last questionnaire, are you ready for upgrade? I want to know that you guys are ready.
I'm curious about
Yes,
the
I'm still
answers
waiting
as well.
See?
Wow.
Yeah, everybody who hung in here for 53 minutes, you just should be very interested in this. Otherwise, I guess you are waiting for our lucky drawer later for the Amazon credit gift card. So listing a little bit more brands over here, and those are our global clients, and I don't want to emphasize more because I want you to be part of this, and we want to list 8,400 and let's say 50 out of today's webinar, and that's my goal over here. 15 new customers with today's webinar section. I will feel very successful by the end of this year.
if we achieve this, maybe you can buy me a coffee.
Well, that's easy. Let's arrange it. So very excited that it's almost about the time. Then are we ready for the?
Sure.
All right, we are switching our screen to give you the gift card for March.
Okay.
So assistants. So the rule is you type 1 in the group chat, and thank you, Katie. So you send 1 in the group chat, and we're going to roll this, and whenever it stops, let's say if it stops on the 10th, and we are giving this to the 10th person who sent one in the group chat. So I'm not waiting for you guys. Just let's see if you are lucky today or not. Let's get started.
So I can
Click on this.
and click, right? Yeah. Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. I like that sound.
Okay, it's
I don't think it's 12. It's 15.
15.
All right, so there's still time to send one in the group chat because we're going to count whoever is the 15th sending one in the group chat. And we're just summarizing by the next 5 minutes. And sourcing on the Tuya Expo is quite simple. And
Close,
can
right?
we go back to the PowerPoint?
okay.
All right, the slides. So moving on to, how to accelerate your smart business and how do we do that? Well, sourcing on Tuya Expo is quite simple with 3 steps. The next page, please.
Okay.
All right, request sample and you may test out with for your business. So the same thing with Chill. So someone said in the group chat and Chili and said, I'm really interested in your product and can you ship it over to here? And you have to be a little bit more specific with your request and test out for your business, that's for sure. Don't just order mass orders and ship over and you find out this is not what you want. And secondly, place mass order and we will produce and deliver what you need. Along the way, we highly recommend tracking device activation data to support decision making. And Dolores has already mentioned that the PID and activation data is quite important because right now, if you're just selling thousands of devices, you are not interested in reading the data performance. But if you're selling hundreds of thousands devices and you want to know where and when and what kind of people are using those and what's my shortage and what's the OTA does, and those numbers you have to create the PID first and then tracking the activation data. But all those information just belong to the brand side, not with Tuya side.
Right.
And moving on to the next slide, to do this, you can easily create a device panel and this will generate a unique product ID, which is what we call PID on Tuya IoT platform, and track the real-time device activation data by region, product category, and anytime. And moving on to the next slide, I'm just trying to cut short over here, but this is not the last thing that we can do for you because Tuya also provides 70 plus value-added services for long-term growth from multiple aspects. And the app service is what you can definitely need for IoT devices, including creating an app for your business and launching, updating, etc. Second one is e-commerce service, as we are working with many e-commerce giants around the globe like Amazon, Walmart, Wayfair, and we also mentioned Matter because that's a combination. Well, that's you can combine like Google, Apple, and Amazon all together, and you can definitely work with on that with Tuya, and we can help you connect with e-commerce, which allow a very faster process to put your product on the market. Let's say the green channel. So that's about it, and there are more to expect. And overall, thank you, Dolores, and thank you all the people who have stayed online. And we are switching the video and going to be online for another 5 minutes, and our assistant gonna collect all the information or questions from you guys. So if you do have more questions or you have things to chat later on, leave your email address, company name, and WhatsApp number, and we're gonna follow up with you guys shortly. So thank you again, and see you next time.
Thank you. See you.
That's a beautiful design.
So guys, my name is Dylan Sutton.
This is Becker, Business Development Manager from
And this is Nick, Senior Overseas Sales Manager from Tuya Smart.
And this is Echo, Product Marketing Manager from Tuya.
Everybody, this is Leo. The app operation.
Hello, this is Dolores from Tuya Smart.
This is Yellow, Product Manager of IP Camera and
This is Naomi, Product Marketing Manager of Smart Home Appliances.
This is Isla, Product Marketing Manager from Tuya.
Hey everyone, this is Frank, Control Panel Product Marketing Manager. I'm glad here to be today to share with you the latest trend on the control panel.
Hospitality solutions can serve different kind of scenarios, from the chain hotel, luxury hotel, to the Airbnb service apartment, and this is the world we can serve in the market.
Normally, our understanding of these products are tools for charging, but Tuya is continuing extending their scope to entertainment to meet more needs varied by themes.
Methods could be used with this. You have the fingerprint, you can use the app to get into there. There's no password recognition, which is probably a bit of a problem.
And IC card as well,
which is hard
You can see like there's a clear screen on the sensor. It displays like the temperature, the humidity, and the time, just as a clock local.
And it paid off automatically when you are leaving the house.
Briefly speaking, the changes in people's lighting requirements are developing from efficiency to quality.
Walk along this motorcycle without waking up. Exactly the same with the one behind us on the wall that is indicating the PSG, our product selection guide.
Display the power consumption now, like today's power
My suggestion here, it would be much better to choose a mature IoT platform than starting from
It
scratch.
could suit most type of the tanks with hood or without hood.
And this, I heard from the manufacturer that through years of improvement.
Fund here is using the PIR. It also will receive instant alert.
If you turn on the privacy mode, it will not listening for any command, so which keep your privacy. So that's a beautiful design. That's a beautiful design.
So guys, my name is Dylan Sutton.
This is Becker, Business Development Manager from
And this is Nick, Senior Overseas Sales Manager from Tuya Smart.
And this is Echo, Product Marketing Manager from Tuya.
Everybody, this is Leo. I'm the app operations
Hello, this is Dolores from Tuya Smart.
This is Yellow, Product Manager of IP Camera and
This
Logs.
is Naomi, Product Marketing Manager of Smart Home Appliances.
This is Isla, Product Marketing Manager from Tuya.
Everyone, this is Frank, Control Panel Product Marketing Manager. I'm glad here to be today to share with you the latest trend on the control panel.
Hospitality solutions can serve different kind of scenarios, from the chain hotel, luxury hotel, to the Airbnb service apartment, and this is the world we can serve in the market.
Normally, our understanding of these products are tools for charging, but Tuya is continuing extending their scope to entertainment to meet more needs varied by themes.
Methods could be used with this. You have the fingerprint, you can use the app to get into there. There's no password recognition, which is probably a bit of a problem.
And IC card as well, which is hard
You can see like there's a clear screen on the sensor. It displays like the temperature, the humidity, and the time, just as a clock local.
And it paid off automatically when you are leaving the house.
Briefly speaking, the changes in people's lighting requirements are developing from efficiency to quality.
Walk along this motorcycle without waking up. Exactly the same with the one behind us on the wall that is indicating the PSG, our product selection guide.
Display the power consumption now, like today's power
My suggestion here, it would be much better to choose a mature IoT platform than starting from
It
scratch.
could suit most type of the tanks with hood or without hood.
And this, I heard from the manufacturer that through years of improvement.
Fund here is using the PIR. It also will receive instant alert.
If you turn on the privacy mode, it will not listening for any command, so which keep your privacy. So that's a